It's Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Hey guys, and welcome back. Last time we finished up exercise mode for good, so it is now time that we finally actually do what we've been practicing for. It's time for Operation Genesis mode itself.
Hello, my name is John Hammond, and I am in charge of InGen, the company that you now work for. Your job is quite simple, really. Build a pack, create dinosaurs, and entertain people. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on you as well. We'll watch your pack rating and give you feedback on your performance. But in the end, the success or failure of Jurassic Park, it's all up to you.
Indeed it is. Boy, what an uninteresting island. You know what? Let's change things up a bit. Now let's shrink it down a bit. And a bit more. And a bit more. Now let's give it some life. Let's have some trees. Let's up the rivers a bit. And finally, let's get some mountains going. Yeah, that looks alright. I don't like the shape though. Let's change that shape up a bit. Quite spread out. Yes, very nice. You know what? Let's go with that one. I don't know why I've still got the sound of the water going, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. No, I'm not editing past this loading screen. I'm going to explain what's going on. I'm giving myself a big challenge here. Why is there still the sound of water going? We are doing this on the smallest island, with the most rivers, with the most mountains. So the build, this is the ultimate challenge. I have never done this before. I always tend to build on the biggest island. I have done a couple of smaller ones, but I've never done this. I rarely ever have mountains. I always have rivers and trees on maximum. I've never done this. I have no idea what this is going to be like. First, I'm just going to actually take a look at the island to see if this is actually doable. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, I mean, it's not that tiny. It's actually a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be honest. We have got the mountains in our way, though. We've got a nice big lake here. That'd be useful, I would say. It would be useful if it wasn't surrounded by mountains. We do have this passageway, though. Yeah, the rivers have all sort of come down here. That's the only problem. Okay, that sort of fixed the water sound. We're not escaping it at all. We're not escaping it entirely. We start with $60,000. And we have nothing.
What should we do about this?
So let's get started. Cash point. That's always just the first thing that Arnold says when we begin. And let's see what digging we have. Morse Formation A is back. I think it does kind of depend. I'm not sure if it's random or I think it's random, but it will favour one depending on the conditions you have on the island. I think if you have like maximum trees and maximum rivers, Morrison Formation is the most likely one you're going to get. I think. Anyway, across the exercise, there's only one dig site that we haven't had yet, which is Hell Creek B. The other, well, we'll get to that later. So it should start us off with Ceratosaurus and Dryosaurus. Now I want that lake to be a big... We'll make this like our big Hell Creek herbivore exhibit. Because Hell Creek B is the only dig site in the game that has no carnivores. It's all herbivores.
Can you look after this while I get a
So I think that's what we're going to do with that. So for now... I think if we build our park entrance here, we can expand it out in various directions. So where should we start? Your dinosaurs are perfectly safe drinking seawater, by the way. So what do we have at the beginning?
Hi there.
Yeah, so Dryosaurus is alright, Ceratosaurus not so much. So let's get a small little enclosure that we can just build for some Dryosaurus. It's not like there's going to be much else going in here, really. We can maybe have some enclosures with more than one animal. Oh, that's my research.
It's coming together.
We can maybe have an animal in more than one enclosure. That just seems to make the most sense to me. Build my hatchery, yes I can. Put that there. Yep, okay, we'll worry about that in a second. Yeah, that's all I want. So let's get all our usual, well, our 2 available buildings. We want a kiosk. We want some toilets. We want a cleaner station. Because who doesn't want to eat food that's right next to this thing?
Hello.
Let's give him a paleo salad. That looks so wrong, but there isn't anything I can do about it. Feeder, we need some trees. Modern trees for the moment.
Message from Dr.
Get some Dryosaurus out. Wait, wait.
What are your instructions?
I mean, if he's gonna do that, I may as well. I know it's still going to be a year, but it might increase how much of the year. Not by much, because it's still low, but...
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
Wow, that was fast.
What should we do here? Yes.
Weather guard. There is no way I can get rid of these, is there? That's worse. Yeah, that's just worse now.
Message from Dr. Wu.
I can't even fix that now because the feeder's in the way. Alright, well they get 2 extra little drinking holes. Alright, so I'm going to leave it as that.
I thought you might like some.
Right, now we can get them out.
Great.
This is really all you can do at the start. It just gives you some DNA to begin with, otherwise you're not going anywhere. And that's it. You know, it's pretty much, it's kind of just what we had to do with Jurassic Classic and any Porcelain Storm. It's just that this time we actually have 2 dinosaurs to begin with. It's just that the other starting dinosaur isn't exact doesn't really have a lot of DNA with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce
So let's
that the
open the
genuine
park.
Jurassic Drysaurus is now on display.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to
Now we
declare
can have our
the
guests start
wonder of
coming
the
in.
modern world, Jurassic Park. Now
Hello,
open.
welcome to my park. You're the first dinosaur.
Message from Dr. Grant.
I think you've got to open the park for that to happen. I feel like I really shouldn't buy anything right now, but at the same time, what else am I going to do?
A nice choice.
It probably isn't. I don't think I've ever bought something from the fossil market that fast. Alright, well we may as well have that exhibit over here somewhere. And where shall we go? I mean, we've got all this space, it's just that
Welcome back.
I don't know exactly how much I need of it. We'll have a big Hell Creek lakeside here. But even then, this is only going to have 3 dinosaurs in it. Like, it's going to have a Montosaurus, Triceratops, and Pachycephalosaurus. Just for the sake of spacing out the park, we may actually need to have, like, separate exhibits. You know, just so our guests don't complain about the carnival, we may need separate exhibits. Like, we'll have one for Stegosaurus, one for, I'll probably go for the Flaming Cliffs, I think. So, like, one for Stegosaurus, one for Homalocephalae, one for Gallimimus.
Message from Dr. Wu.
We'll just have to see how it goes.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Amber!
Good choice.
I feel like I probably should have solved that with how much money I have, but let's see. It'll probably be Dryosaurus, which will not be very useful. Oh, they found that amber nice and early. Now let's just hope that we have no twisters really early on. I even have a little island that I can build on over here. Not that I should ever have a reason to. We'll get to the ranger station. We'll get to that. I really wish you didn't keep telling me that message. It's like, yes, I know. I can buy dig teams. Because imagine if I go to my security rating. Yeah, it's not very good. Right. Dryosaurus is at 100%. I totally should have sold it. Because I have no cleaners, for starters. Come on, Adam Pierce, Graham Webb, Joshua Cherry, Graham Hager, Paul King. You guys, I can't really name any of you.
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
Let's hope it doesn't rain while my first guests are here.
Yes.
Right, well, we're not going to need this for a while. Well, hopefully we won't need it for a while. Oh, that helicopter's going to be annoying around these Dryosaurus.
Hi there. Great idea.
It's adorable. Look at them all. Yeah. I think you are at a bit of a disadvantage if you start with Morrison Formation A, just because it's the only one with the 1-star dinosaur instead of 2 and 3. You start with 1 and 2. It's just annoying. You never know what direction that helicopter's going to go in. Because it's going to go right over those Dryosaurus, both as it leaves and as it arrives.
Can you look after this while I get a soda?
Still all sunshine at the moment. At least you guys get plenty of space to run around. So we're only going to have we're only going to have two carnivores really. We're going to have Ceratosaurus and Velociraptor. So it's going to be interesting. And in the end, we're still going to have two 5-star dinosaurs because Triceratops is 5 stars. We're also going to finally meet the one dinosaur that we have not seen at all. I'm going to sell that this time. Because so far we have not yet... We at least had Triceratops in the very first exercise we did. The Welcome to Jurassic Park tutorial. We have not seen
Good to have you back so soon.
a... what's the other one called? we have not seen Edmontosaurus once yet. It isn't used in any of the exercises. It is in some of the missions. But Edmontosaurus, we have not seen it once yet. And then it's Hell Creek B is also one of 2 dig sites to include Pachycephalosaurus. Who really should probably be housed with the Homalocephalae. Yeah, I think we will. I think some of the herbivores could probably be put in multiple exhibits. I don't know, I just don't really like the idea of only having 4 enclosures. I mean, heck, we could have all of the herbivores in one enclosure. We could literally have 3 enclosures. In fact, I'm pretty sure Velociraptor and Ceratosaurus can live together, just as long as they have other food sources. I think. I'm not entirely sure on that.
Great to see you again.
Still only 9 months. Hey, that's right. It was the Dryosaurus I got from the amber.
Message from Dr. Grant.
You're adorable. Yeah, we should probably make a ranger station. The InGen board is concerned that you have not built a ranger station. Dinosaurs are very dangerous animals. You must strengthen your park security before something terrible happens.
What should we do here?
Okay, ranger station.
Message
Ooh.
from the park warden.
Okay. There we go. And right now the helicopter is facing the wrong way, but you can never tell what way it's going to face. You hungry, buddy? Bet you are, all that running around. What the? It went into its drinking animation, and then it also made the sound effect. At least I think that's what happened, unless it was another dry source. And it's gone through the viewing window as well. You girl, you're scaring me. You're cute, but you're scaring me. Yeah, like that. It really doesn't take long for your park to start getting on the crowded side. How you doing with that visitor shelter, Woo?
It's coming together.
Okay, good. It's coming together. Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of space to work with here. I always end up using such a small portion of the park. I don't think having a limited size map is really going to do much. You know, even with the mountains on, you know, because I can't build a path through this. I have to get rid of the mountain.
Message from the park
I don't know
administrator.
if this will work. No, it doesn't.
What should we do here?
That was fast.
What should we do here?
No problem.
Ceratosaurus. That looks weird. It's just going through the mountain. Alright then, you guys, you can climb every mountain and ford every stream. Again, it says that the dinosaurs don't like mountains, but your guests like the view of mountains. It doesn't... It's not exactly true, because I have placed dinosaurs in enclosures with a mountain in it, and they are all perfectly fine. Like, they have no issues with mountains whatsoever. Plus, you know, when you're sending your dig teams out, it says plains or mountains. Granted, that might be the modern appearance of the formation rather than what it looked like in the Jurassic or the Cretaceous. Because things change. Let's go with tick infestation, because that seems to have been the one that's given me the most trouble. There, we can still make a path go outwards. Right, can't build anything else in there. Now we're going to have one go over here and one go over there. It's a big lake, but I'm not exactly sure where the rest of it's all going to go. We'll have a safari in here. How am I going to build around it? That's my question. And that includes the hatchery. Where's the hatchery going to go? Yeah, unless we just put one hatchery in an enclosure and we just hatch out all the dinosaurs and then transport them, but that takes forever. Can only do one dinosaur at a time.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Grant, stop telling me that.
Great to see you again.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Look, we're getting there. Sort of. We're sort of getting there. Yeah, do it this way. Let's give it a bit more water, because that just doesn't look right to me. Oh boy. Okay, let's shrink that down a bit. May have to wait just a little bit so I can build the hatchery.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Well, that can happen, which is also useful. It's going to be annoying if they go behind the hatchery.
Great to see you again. Okay. Hello again.
Let's put a window in here. Sorry, in this game they're called viewing vents, not viewing... Well, no, they're called viewing galleries in Evolution.
Ladies and
go. Our park is taking shape. Hey there. I think I'm making two of them, aren't I?
Great to
Yeah, I
see
did.
you.
Okay. And it is perfectly possible to have herbivores actually roam around your park.
Good to see you again.
Like, you can have any herbivore except for Brachiosaurus, I think. I think they're perfectly fine. I think visitors are perfectly fine with having every dinosaur around except Brachiosaurus, which is weird because you'd think of all the dinosaurs that you're allowed to have roaming around your park, Brachiosaurus would be the one. Yeah, I can't really do a lot with any of this. Nothing with Stegosaurus yet. Because, you know, that's kind of how they were introduced to Brachiosaurus in the first place. They were on the ground. You know, they got out of the Jeep. They were walking around it. They were perfectly safe up in the tree. That was kind of the appeal of the Brachiosaurus. But no, your guests are actually scared of it. Every other herbivore, they're fine. I think even Triceratops, the herbivore that can go on a rampage, is fine.
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
You know, just don't have any carnivores running around.
No problem.
Ugh, my money. Get rid of this thing. You guys have got some time, haven't you? Yeah, you're fine. They always have like a permanent grin on their face. But the Ceratosaurus, I think, I'm pretty sure all the carnivores do it. But the Ceratosaurus is just like the weirdest when it comes to turning around. Like it gets onto one leg and then it just spins like a ballerina. And it looks weird. How you doing, Joshua?
Message
I
from
mean, you
Dr.
got
Wu.
some plain dinosaurs. Grant, do I look like I have the money for that now? Why must I keep telling you this? It's like, yes, I get the message. You don't need to keep telling me about it.
Message from Dr. Grant.
But Sarah from Arkansas, you've only seen one of my dinosaurs. I have two.
What should we do?
Opals. Right. Let's shut him up. Now we can have two dig teams in the Morrison formation.
Welcome.
They have really long necks. Even then, the actual shape of the body is weird. We found it funny. Doesn't really sound a thing like the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus, but at the same time, the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus was only there for a few seconds, and all it really did was look at the camera. All I can say is, despite your permanent grin, I prefer the evolution Ceratosaurus, and I'm not really the biggest fan of that. I mean, they're gonna age. In the end, the dinosaurs, the graphics for this game, they're good. It's not the best looking game out, not the best looking game for its time, but they're good. The dinosaur designs are nice. It's just that, you know, when you have evolution now, they sort of really dates this game in appearance sometimes. when you see like the hadrosaurs always have their mouths open, how some of the dinosaurs don't have real eyes, like the stegosaurs, how jagged the stegosaur... Do you have real eyes? Can't tell.
Well,
Oh, that's the island. Well, you really gulp it down, don't you? Yeah, the stegosaurs have really jagged plates, or stuff like that. I'm sure there's plenty of mods for the PC version that could fix these issues. But that's not part of the actual game. Because there are like loads of mods for this game on the PC, because I think it's supposed to be really easy to mod. This is PS2, so it has no mods. But it's like people have modded it, changed the environment graphics, changed the dinosaur graphics. There are some really cool ones that have given them like walking with dinosaurs graphics. They look really cool. Like even the when Jane Powers announces the dinosaurs, like it will play clips from like Walking with Dinosaurs or Prehistoric Park. You have Nigel Marvin or Kenneth Branagh doing the voiceover work. Somebody even made a weird looking one where it's a Mosasaurus. And it literally has got a weird hatchery that you've got to open up near the water, and then the Mosasaurus very awkwardly just emerges from the ground.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Since it's still taken from a dinosaur, it looks weird as it does it, but... Yeah, it's, anything that's based off a water-living dinosaur is going to look weird, or a water-living animal is going to look weird. Like there's one for Sarcosuchus, and it looks strange when it grabs prey like a goat or a person, because it goes and it just rolls around, but it looks so... because it's doing a death roll that crocodiles do. Is it Dryosaurus? So... yeah, I'm going to sell it. But it does it on land, and it's like, how is it doing that? Just come on, Ceratosaurus. Kill that goat.
Message from John Hammond.
Without even touching it. In fact, you're able to eat from it without touching it. Luckily, the other one's giving you a helping hand. Yeah, you're liking that, aren't you?
Message from Dr. Wu.
It looks like you're eating his foot. Or her foot. That's what it looks like.
You should contact us if you have the time.
Thank you. 6% of the way for Stegosaurus. Oh, yeah. You know, I do really want that behaviour in Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom in Evolution. You know, I mean, who wants to see poo? But in the end, you know, it's a perfectly natural behaviour, and it's if they'll add that attention to detail in this game, Evolution is sorely lacking it. Just like Evolution is sorely lacking a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, this game is guilty of reusing animation, sure, but not as badly as Evolution is. Then initially in Evolution, your dinosaurs didn't even sleep. They added sleep. They sort of added a herding mechanic. It doesn't really do anything.
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
I've got carnivores, so I probably should. Yeah, I mean, Evolution, it's a better game than it was when it came out, but it still has so many problems. It's like when it first came out, it was like,
Message from Dr. Gray.
one does this better than the other. But I still can. But I think after replaying this for the first time now since Evolution came out, I think I'm on the boat and saying that this is probably the better game, which is sad, really. Right, Hell Creek B. Eventually. Thank you. Guys, once you're done there, I'm moving you across. You're going across the Atlantic. No, you're not. We're not going to Africa. We're going. I'm moving you across the states. And forward in time. From the looks of it, you really will be going forward in time. It looks like we're going from Pacific time to Eastern time. I have no idea. I don't know how time zones work. I mean, it looks like, I think that's the time zones there, isn't it? All of the lines that are on like the grid shape. I don't know. Time zones are weird, and most countries don't really follow them properly. Come on, whoever's first. It's gonna be you guys. Yep, there we go, because your thing has changed anyway. Let's put you in the plains location. So the rare one for this dig site will be Triceratops. And we're at 1 star. And we got Dryosaurus.
Dr. Gray.
And Ceratosaurus. Yes, I think it's all coming along nicely. Finally getting in some money. Until I find a way of wasting it all again, which is usually when I have to make a new dinosaur. Dryosaurus, I'm so sorry. But there isn't anything I can do about it. This isn't thrilling if you're both sleeping. I mean, it's the only way of getting you guys to look kind of cute, but... Well, there's no thrills. All of my dinosaurs are sleeping. I think by this point they'd have worked out that the helicopter means them no harm. Okay, well, I think we can end things off here. So hopefully we can start getting in some of the fossils from Hell Creek. So I will see you guys.